Hi, and welcome to the Adobe Illustrator in Under 10 tutorial series where we discuss techniques in Adobe Illustrator in under 10 minutes. Today we're going to discuss the align options in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to discuss the basics. If we have time to go more in depth, then we will, but we just want to make sure we stay within our 10-minute time frame. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select a shape. I like to select rectangles. I'm going to pull one out on the board. We don't need a stroke around it, so we're going to leave it as is, but you'll notice once I pulled this out on the board, I got some options up here. These are my options for alignment. And right now there is a setting that allows you to select whether you can align to selection. Right now to key object is grayed out and then align to artboard. And so the reason why this is there is so you can actually pick and choose how you want this to align with respect to other elements that are on the board or to the board itself. If you don't want to use this, which is under your menu options, once you have an object selected, you could go to Window, click Align, and your alignment window will come up. Right now, I do have Align to Artboard selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it. I want this, I have to have it highlighted, to be centered directly in the middle, vertically and horizontally of the board. So I would select, under Alignment, Horizontal Align Center, and Vertical Align Center. And you'll notice now it's directly in the middle of the board. All right. If I wanted to make this go to the left edge of the board, I click the left horizontal align. If I wanted to go to the top or the bottom, I could click bottom for the vertical or top for the vertical, or I can get it back center. Either or. Same thing applies for left or right, top or bottom. Now, in the middle area, you'll see it says distribute objects. This is only for when you have multiple objects selected. All right. Let's say we have another square here. And it doesn't matter whether or not they're on the same level, but let's say right now we wanted to distribute them among the artboard, right? So we want them to go from left to right and distribute center. If we were to click that, now we have an even space from them both being on the edges, but we can switch that depending upon if we have more objects or not, and you'll notice that the spacing will change. So I'm going to delete that. We're going to shrink this down. Bring it down this way, click OK, bring this up, drag another one, and we'll drag another one out. So let's put these here. We'll highlight all of them, and now we'll click distribute, right? And this is doing it to the artboard directly. So let's say we wanted to just do it within the selections of these objects, but first we want them all to be aligned. Now that we have them aligned, instead of aligning to the artboard, we're going to click align to selection. And we're going to click top because we want it to go to the top edge of the topmost object. Or we could click bottom and we would look for the one that's baseline is the lowest, and it would align each one to that bottom. But we're going to click top, and now you'll notice they're all aligned there. But there's a distance that's uneven between the three objects. So I can distribute them according to the center, and you'll notice the center box moves, and now we have them equally aligned. Or, same thing again, let's just align to the top, and I could click left align. It'll still distribute the same way. It will distribute according to the distance that each of these objects is away from the object that is specified. All right, now if it were vertical, let's say I want them all to be aligned to the right hand side, and there's still a distance between these, now I would just select this. So I align it vertically and distribute the center. Same thing applies for horizontal, just like we did. So we can pick and choose what it is that we want to do. Now, if we were to go to, you'll know, and I'm going to change these colors to make it quick and easy. Let's make this cyan. Let's make this red. And let's make this a yellowish. Now, if I wanted to align these, and let's say I had these set in different positions, and let's say I wanted to align to the center of the yellow square. The only problem is, or let's say I wanted to align to the right edge. It's easy. I can click this. If it's on align to selection, I can click the rightmost edge. But let's say I wanted to align to the left edge of that box. I can't do it because if I click left on align to selection, it then goes to the leftmost object. But let's go back. If we select key object, that allows one of the objects to be the key object. And the key object simply has to be on top. So we're going to select these, align to key object, and you'll notice that it highlights which one is the key object, which is the one that is on top. It'll give it a thicker border. And then if I were to click left align, now they align to the left hand side, or center to the center, right? Let's go back and make sure that's selected again, and center, and it goes there. But it's easy for you to see that with regular shapes. So let's make this irregular, so that way we can see how this works when it aligns irregular shapes. So we're going to highlight these. Again, we're going to go to key object, and we're going to click center. And notice the center points are all aligned now, at least horizontally. And then we can click vertical, and now they're all directly aligned by their center points in the middle. Okay, so now we can change this, and we can turn on our grid, and we can actually select view, snap to grid, and we can drag, and as you'll see, it snaps to the various points on the grid. Same thing with the other objects. As you move them, it will snap according to coordinates on the grid. Let's go back, and now let's turn that off, and let's turn the grid off. And let's go to Smart Guides. Smart Guides allow you to align on the fly. And you'll notice we get these green marker lines that show us when we're about to align certain points. Like this is about to align here, and then it shows the intersect button when it aligns with the baseline of these two objects. Same thing with this. If we were dragging it, once it gets to certain points, it will align and snap accordingly. So it's very easy, very simple tools that you can use to align in Adobe Illustrator. You just got to get familiar with them, take some time, practice, throw things around, see how they work out for you, and you'll be aligning things perfectly in no time. But alignment is very important in Adobe Illustrator because if you're using strokes, fills, and you have solid objects like these, it's very easy to see when they are not aligned properly. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for joining me again in this Adobe Illustrator tutorial. You can find me online at www.theonewillfocus.com and on Instagram, where most of my work is shown, at theonewillfocus, all spelled out, TheOnewillfocus. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take care.